a rematch that was scheduled for Cinco de Mayo, May 5th. I know in England recently when you did some interviews, you're a bit, intense, kind of, can I say angry? Is that the right word about it? Canelo. So when he tested positive for clenbuterol or traces of it, I believe February 17th and 21st. Now, yesterday he just withdrew from the fight. Were you surprised by that news?
I wasn't surprised. You just never get an athlete that will say red hand. Oh, you got me. You caught me red-handed. You got me. I mean, you got guys that even guys that fail always have an excuse. I mean, look at it. I mean, has there ever been a guy that even failed that is like, oh, you got me. You got guilty as charged. You got me. Never. So you expect guys who haven't been caught to ever admit that they're cheating. They don't even admit it when they're caught, let alone the guys that are cheating when they're not caught. So you have a mess on your hands. This is just a small, minute example of the entire mess that boxing is. Nobody cares. Everybody pretends to care. Everybody pretends to give a whatever, a bleep. But it's really it's a problem that is not an individual problem. See, everybody's coming down on Canelo now as the individual, and he's the individual of the moment. But regardless, this is a systematic problem. Nobody wants to pay for the extra drug testing. Nobody wants to fund the extra drug testing. And if you don't do that, this is always going to happen. And most of the times, honestly, nobody's going to get caught either. This is an anomaly that somebody got caught. It's not an anomaly that somebody cheated. This is the problem people think. This is where people are getting confused. This is not an anomaly that people cheated. This is an anomaly that somebody got caught. A lot of people are cheating. The anomaly is them getting caught, and that's the problem. You have to test more often, just like cycling started doing. Once cycling started doing that, they started changing the whole procedure of the sport. The type of the sport changed. Just like baseball, the entire landscape of the sport changed once they came down with stricter testing. The problem is, baseball was a mainstream sport, so government got involved and everybody got involved. Cycling, maybe it's not a mainstream sport, but the cycling. The International Cycling Federation wanted to fix the sport. They made a calculated effort to fix the sport. So they themselves, on their own, wanted to fix the sport. Boxing is not a mainstream sport, and nobody in the sport actually wants to fix the sport because they like having these megastars do these amazing things. So you got damn fans that are dumb enough to buy into it, keep buying into it, and these guys make all the dollars off these unbelievable circumstances. You got guys going through 8 weight classes. You got guys fighting until they're 150 years old. You have guys like now you got the recent one, Canelo, knocking everybody out no matter what weight class he goes to, So, he was having trouble making weight at light middle. Now he's having trouble making weight at middle. I mean, how is he getting bigger and bigger? What is he still growing? He's 27. How much are you going to grow, So I mean, the issue for me is that the effort has to be genuine. And if the effort is not genuine, you're not going to fix this. And it's going to be difficult even if the effort is genuine. But I don't believe anybody in boxing is actually making the effort genuine. Margaret Goodman has started VADA. I think she has a genuine effort, but the organization needs funding. You cannot test anywhere near often enough with VADA to catch these guys and keep them honest. It's a jungle out there. It's a zoo out there. People are just doping left and right. It's a lot more of a problem. And what's going to happen now, you're going to have starting to have problems is people that don't want to dope are going to have to start doping. Why? They're going to be in a position where they're going to say, okay, if I want to make a living in this sport that I've practiced my whole life, I've been practicing since I'm a little kid, now I'm at the age where I'm turning pro and I'm reaching a world-class level, and I realize at a world-class level, there's a lot of this doping stuff going on. If I don't do it, I might as well get a 9-to-5 job. You know what I'm saying? That's the point. That's the point that these young athletes are going to reach now. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't go get a 9-to-5, but if you choose to go get a 9-to-5 job, you've basically wasted your entire life pursuing a sport that then you didn't pursue all fully. Or the other option these young kids are going to have is, I pursued this my whole life. I'm not leaving it now. I'm going to have to dope to keep up with these other dopers. Because here's the problem: you have complete bums doping and getting to a world-class level. And I'm not going to mention names. You people know I've mentioned some names in the past, okay? You got guys that can't fight worth their name, okay? And they dope and they reach a world-class level. So then on top of that, what happens? Those guys reach the world-class level. So then the actual world-class athletes say, are you kidding me? This guy's a bum. Like, I'm not gonna let this guy beat me. Like, he's not gonna get these accolades. If I don't dope, I'm not gonna beat this bum. No, then I'm gonna dope too, because he's doping. And then what happens? It's a snowball effect. It's an avalanche and snowball effect. And now you've got an entire tainted sport. Okay, and this is why you have to nip it in the bud now. Otherwise, you are going to force every future generation to dope, and it's gonna get worse and worse and worse. Unfortunately, like I said, I don't believe anybody's effort is genuine, except Margaret Goodman. I really don't believe anybody's effort is genuine. Everybody's got Everybody has a hidden agenda. Some people want to do it some people pretend they're against PEDs because they want their name out there. They want to consider themselves some kind of vigilante. Some people want to pretend they want to care about the sport because they actually care about the safety of the fighters. Not everything is BS. Nobody actually cares. The only person that actually cares is Goodman. Dr. Goodman actually started the company on her own. You know what I'm saying? And she needs funding. And if she doesn't get the funding, then this is going to continue. You're not going to do anything about it. I've said something in other interviews. I said the best way to fix this is all TV should drop boxing. All TV should drop boxing. And what happened? It will cost me a job too. All TV should drop boxing. And the only way they retake boxing back up is to say, okay, we want all these guys tested all year round, because the promoters don't want to pretend they don't have enough money. The organizations want to pretend they don't have enough money to test all the fighters that are ranked, all the high-level fighters, the ones that will be on TV anyway. Okay, so if you want to fight on our network, we need you to be under the random drug testing protocol consistently for a year or 6 months or whatever. And once you pass that, you stay on it no matter what. Otherwise, you won't be able to fight on TV. If you've been off of it for the past year or whatever, then you can't be on our network, you know? And if the TV does start doing this, you'll see how fast these promoters start putting their whole rosters on random drug testing year-round. Because then these fighters fighting on TV is the only way the promoters make money, because the TV money is what makes the world go around in boxing. So if you do that, you're going to start seeing the organizations pay, you're going to start seeing the promoters pay for all the drug testing you need, and as often as you need it, and as random as you need it. And then you'll change the whole sport. But who is actually going to do that? Because you need somebody to step in from a higher power, some government power, whatever, to step in and do that. And nobody outside of the little window that is boxing cares enough. Nobody cares about boxing enough. It's a niche sport. So only the people within boxing understand it. And the TV execs that they sell it to, you know, they're just TV execs. You know, they're just listening to the promoters. The promoters are selling them a product, you know. You sold Manny Pacquiao. You sold Canelo for what they are. You know what I'm saying? You sold them as this product that, you know, is this amazing product, and it sells and it sells out stadiums, sells out arenas, sells out whatever. You're not going to want to change that from a business perspective. So these people don't want to change that from a business perspective. They don't care about people's lives. It's all pretend. It's all a game. Somebody gets hurt. You go in the morning for a little while. You pretend to care, and then you just move on and business as usual. They don't actually change the sport. They don't actually make things safer. They just fire a bunch of commission people as if the commission is going to do anything about it anyway, as if the commission people are the ones to blame. Most of the time they're not. And then that's it. You know, you just proceed as usual. And that's the problem.
But with Canelo, though, and very well said, with Canelo, he's still pleading his innocence.
But that's normal. That's Lance Armstrong pleaded his innocence. You know, he was starting to sue people for crying out loud. You know, I remember Rafael Palmeiro was pointing at the judge in the courtroom. He was pointing at the people saying, "I do not cheat," or whatever he was saying. He actually pointed, and then he failed the drug test right after that. You know what I mean? Like, all these guys were cheating. If it's too amazing to be true, it is. Okay, it's very simple. If it's too amazing to be true, it is. You want to go read about superheroes? Go buy a comic book and go read about them. Okay, they don't exist in real life. I'm sorry. Men after 30 years old, they lose testosterone every year. They're alive after 30 years old. Okay, that's why you get to the age where you cannot compete anymore at a world-class level with people in their 20s. That's it. It's very simple. That's just one small example out of many.
But for Canelo, because the Nevada State Athletic Commission, first time suspension would be 1 year. But Bob Bennett, I believe he told SB Nation that if Canelo admits to it, he'll get it reduced by 6 months. Do you think he should admit to it? Do you think he will?
I don't think that admitting to it or not should make a difference. You failed the test. You got caught. Admitting it to it means nothing. I mean, what does him admitting to it mean? If you got caught already. The admission is you got caught. You failed the test already. So what do you need to say? I got caught. The test result is him admitting it. The admitting is a test result. What else do you need? That's it. The test result is what counts. That's it.
For Canelo, this being technically, I believe, his first time, right, in his professional career being caught, how long do you think he has been, quote unquote, dirty for?
I don't know. I think it's been a little while. You know, I think, I was starting to feel like there were things about him that were not looking right, whatever. But, ever since I got a lot of criticism for the Manny Pacquiao situation, I don't get involved in this, because what's the point? Nobody actually wants to solve it. Nobody wants to fix it, So what's the real point of it? So I haven't really talked a lot about it, But people within my circle, I've actually spoken about Canelo in the past to people within my circle, and and it's funny because I got a lot of calls when he failed the test. I got a lot of texts as well because within my circle, he was one of the guys that I was looking at.